How you doing? My name's Dave, and welcome to another episode of my Kerbal Space Program career mode playthrough. In the last episode, we barely got this rocket into space. We got into orbit around Kerbin with a lunar lander and an untested rover system. There's the moon way up there. So there's probably different sciencey things I could be doing right now, but we can save some of that stuff for we actually get to the moon. So these fuel tanks are dry. Not quite, but they're depleted. So let's transfer some of that fuel and oxidizer into those. If you press the Alt button and right click, it'll give you the option to transfer fuel on a spacecraft. So if you have a space station or a refueling outpost, you right click on one, press Alt and right click on the other tank that you want to use, and then you can control how much fuel is sent. It's just kind of transfer it over. You can stop it. It's hard to get it balanced. So that one's full, the center one's full, this one over here still needs a little bit. So we want to make sure that our lander fuel is topped up, and probably halfway through the lunar burn I'll have to transfer it back, but this tank is still full, and that should give us enough oomph to get into a lunar orbit. So I'll go to the map screen and set up my maneuver. I need to set the moon as a target. There we go. That shows where we're at. Wow, that gives us a periapsis of 9,000 meters. There we go, 22,000 meters. And gives us a free return trajectory if we wanted it, but we're going to burn to orbit on the moon and see if we can find a place to land. I didn't put any reaction wheels on this part of the spacecraft, so it's turning kind of slow. It's just using the reaction wheels in the command pod. We're doing good with our electric charge. Let's see if I can get this zeroed in for our maneuver. There it is. Sometimes I wish they'd put an indicator like that on the nav ball so you could actually see which way to turn. And you're spinning around all over trying to find it. So, test our lights. Lights are working. And hopefully I planned for everything. See if we can line up on that. And now I'm going to place, let's see, these 4 motors back behind this decoupler, and I need to shut them down so that they don't fire until I'm ready. So now all we're going to do is burn this motor here, the poodle, and see how that works for us. So I'm going to time accelerate. To our maneuver, and we're going to burn again for the moon. About 17 seconds out. I'll remaneuver to my maneuver node. Just about on target, and we'll start to burn. So our burn's going to take 2 minutes. So now it maneuvers a lot easier because I have the engine going. It's a gimbal engine. It doesn't have a whole lot of thrust. Nice quiet engine. Oh, the reason the engines kept going over, see, there comes up the moon. That used to be right then you'd start to burn prograde straight for the moon. The engine noise is really loud. A few episodes ago, kind of drowning out my voice, and I even adjusted it on the video and hit apply, but it doesn't really apply it until you restart the game. I was reading in the forums about that. So burning, got a minute to go. We're gonna probably have a little bit of fuel left for our braking maneuver to get into lunar orbit. So that's good news. We're staying on target with our maneuver. About 250 delta V left. So we've been burning for a minute and a half. Go back to the map view and get ready to start slowing down. That moon periapsis just keeps going up. So realign with the maneuver. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm making it worse now. Where did my maneuver node go? Well, let me get this out of the way and we'll see where we're at. Oh, way off. I'm way off. It still gives me the return. But we do have enough fuel for our braking maneuver. So Bob's just trucking right along. And why am I spinning? Stop spinning. Quit spinning. Yeah, I keep trying to take a crew report, but I'm never able to take a crew report. Not since, I think, the first episode. So, as we float out of orbit, we see Kerbal all lit up. And now we're hurtling towards the moon. time accelerate to our moon encounter. And there we go, we have our encounter. So I'm going to time accelerate just a little bit till we get close to our periapsis. That'll be our most fuel efficient spot to do a braking maneuver to get into lunar orbit. And we'll see if I can get into lunar orbit and land our lander with our rover. Oh, go back, go back, go back. Spinning too much. I'll give it a little bit of throttle. That'll help me steer on the gimbal, or with the gimbal. And I'm going to let's take a look at the moon. Whip it around the dark side of the moon. Oh, there's all three of them right there. Take a screenshot of that. I'm always on the dark side on my screenshots. So I'm going to speed up just a little bit till we get right at our periapsis. And that's close enough. Here we go, burning for our braking maneuver. So we're slowing down. This arc is going to just whip around all the way around. And get us into a lunar orbit. Here we go, and we have orbit. Let's bring our periapsis down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoops. We'll start slowing down a little bit more. I'll stay probably 20,000 meters above the surface of the moon. I don't think there's any mountains that are that high. 21.9. That's good. So time accelerate till we get close to that. We'll add a maneuver right there at the periapsis. And that'll just tell us when we're there. We know we can burn retrograde to bring our apoapsis down. There's Kerbal rise from the moon. We'll spin this around. We're going to get to our apoapsis, or periapsis, rather, in about 2 minutes. Let's see where we're at. Where did we land last? Last time we landed in, I think, on the other side. So if I start to burn now, map, let's spin around, feller. Let's see if we can land just right here. We're already on the light side. We'll just use up this fuel to burn out our orbit. So we're down a little bit on our electrical charge. Slowly charging though. And we'll see if we can land somewhere around here. So we're going to point at retrograde. start to burn. Just slow ourselves down. So Bob's looking a little concerned. I don't think he's been to the moon yet. Just about to lose this stage. So we'll get rid of that stage. And we need to activate these since we deactivated them. Oh! Left the throttle on and it knocked us just way out of control. So let's get control back because we're going down. Okay, activate that engine, activate that engine. This one should be activated. Nope. So there, we have our 4 engines. We'll throttle back up. And yeah, we were going to come down probably pretty hard. So let's try and land in the crater. I'm going to rotate so that I don't lose my orientation. And cut it. So we'll try and land somewhere right around that area there. So I'm going to time accelerate as we plummet to the surface of the moon. A little more throttle and extend my landing gear. I'm going to throttle up some because we got quite a bit more weight than we had during our last mission, and we want to make sure we're not going too fast. We're still above 500 meters, which is good. So we're still moving at quite a clip. Starting to see some terrain scatter. So here we go. Coming in pretty nice. And we'll cut that. We've got our surface instead of orbit, so we know we're good. And we're down close to within 500 feet. We're moving still pretty good. Let me get rid of this, and then we don't have that information on the UI there. Oh, throttle up. Where is the sun? Probably directly overhead. See if there's my shadow. So we're going to lower our throttle just a little bit. We're moving down at 4 meters a second. So we center our retrograde marker right on the tip of our nav ball. Means we're heading straight down. So we'll give it a little more throttle. There we go. About 3 meters a second. Trying to keep it. We're right on the edge of this crater. Awesome. Hopefully our rover isn't too unstable. And still plenty of fuel left. And touchdown. And we're landed. I don't think we broke anything. I'm going to do a quick save, because I will use quick save. And there we go. On the moon again.